Hi, I'm Dan Macon, Livestock and Natural Resources Advisor with UC Cooperative Extension. Today I'm going to talk about the California Rangeland Water Quality Partnership. To give you an overview of what I'll cover today, I'll talk about the Rangeland Water Quality Partnership, where we've been and where we are now, talk about water quality protection, planning, and practices and the types of outreach, research, and implementation that have occurred over the last 25 years, and then talk briefly about the future of grazing and water quality activities, where we're going from here. In the early 1990s, concerns about microbial pollutants like cryptosporidium and E. coli, nutrients like nitrogen and phosphorus, and sediment, which impacts erosion and fish habitat, drove the formation of the Rangeland Watershed Program. This program has been a 25-year proactive partnership between agencies, ranchers, the University of California, and a variety of nonprofits that have addressed improvements to water quality, range management, and ranch enterprises. These efforts have combined science and regulation with policy, education, planning, and practices to address on-the-ground, real-world issues. The Rangeland Watershed Program has integrated science, policy, and management, has affected policies and strategies to safeguard water quality, provided education to identify and manage water quality risks on rangelands, developed ranch-specific water quality management plans and management actions, and provided a supporting research base. The first element of this effort was the California Rangeland Water Quality Management Plan, which was completed in 1995. This plan outlines science-based management strategies to prevent water quality impairments and provides for educational programs to develop on-ranch water quality protection strategies. It has served us well, and it involved a number of statewide and local agencies and organizations, all concerned with rangeland water quality management. The original partners in this effort included members of the California Cattlemen's Association, California Wool Growers Association, and the California Farm Bureau, as well as agencies like the State Water Resources Control Board and the Regional Water Quality Control Boards, and nonprofits like the Nature Conservancy, the Marin Agricultural Land Trust, and the Natural Resources Defense Council. Following the completion of the plan, UC Cooperative Extension and a variety of other partners developed ranch water quality planning short courses. These were funded through the State Water Resources Control Board, and from 1994 to 2015, more than 80 courses were taught in 35 counties. More than 1,000 ranches participated, and more than 2 million acres were represented in the participation in these workshops. The Ranch Water Quality Plan was tailored to each ranch, watershed, and regional regulatory approach. And this flexibility allowed the plans to address site-specific water quality issues. As these short courses were implemented, ranchers also began working with the Natural Resources Conservation Service and other partners to implement on-ranch management practices. From 2009 to 2014, the Natural Resources Conservation Service funded over $300 million of rangeland water quality practices on ranches. There were nearly 7,400 contracts with landowners, and approximately 5.7 million acres of rangeland was managed via these contracts. Practices that were funded by NRCS included cross-fencing, riparian plantings, off-stream stock water development, and other practices designed to manage and enhance water quality on rangelands. And keep in mind that this is just the NRCS cost share. These expenditures were matched by landowners, and in many cases, a number of ranchers did practices without any government funding. It represents a substantial investment in water quality throughout the state of California. Also during this time, significant focus was made on rangeland water quality research. Over 100 research papers were published between 1994 and 2015, looking at pollutant sources on grazing lands, establishing the transport, fate, and mitigation of these pollutants, and evaluating water quality conditions on rangelands. Shifting gears just a little bit, during the course of the 25 years of this original partnership, regulatory compliance took on a different meaning in terms of water quality. The initial plan addressed education, focused cost-share funding and planning, and provided technical assistance to implement practices on the ground. But in 2004, the State Water Resources Control Board added 2 additional elements to its water quality policies. These required some reporting and verification and compliance with planning practices. And so the next 25 years, we need to address those 2 new elements and also build on the partnership that has been so successful in addressing California water quality issues over the last 25 years. The renewed California Grazing Water Quality Partnership has established a goal for developing a contemporary collaborative strategy for proactive grazing land water quality protection and regulatory compliance across the state for the next 20 years. This partnership has 3 elements to it. It will address the policy issues embodied in the 2004 non-point source policy and implementation strategy. It will update the 1995 plan with contemporary water quality science, planning, education, and management strategies. And it will renew the commitment to addressing outstanding research questions related to grazing lands water quality policy, planning, and protection. We anticipate that a new plan will be adopted which will guide water quality protection and regulatory compliance across the state for the next 20 years. And we will renew the implementation strategies that will integrate outreach, education, planning, on-the-ground practice implementation, monitoring, and research to improve and protect water quality on rangelands. At the current time, there are a number of emerging partnerships at the local level which will provide a model for collaboration between the ranching community, state and regional water quality control boards, the University of California, Cooperative Extension, and local communities. These emerging partnerships will lay the groundwork for cooperation and for addressing real-world, on-the-ground activities and problems, and will provide an opportunity for the partnership to establish new relationships and new opportunities to work together.
You can find more informative presentations covering ranch water quality topics on the UC Rangelands website, and look for the Water Quality Information Hub or direct your web browser to the URL shown on this slide.